Hey, how's it going? And today I'm going to show you how to create an array of cancelables. So these are subscriptions where a trigger has been subscribed to a function that prints out hello. Then we create an array of what they call cancelables, and then we can then access that array and cancel whatever triggers we want to based on the array value. So if you look over here, what I have in the scene is I have 5 triggers here. And then I have this value that I can adjust to cancel the subscription, and I'm just picking button number 3, which would be trigger 4. And then I have a button in the scene, and that's selected on my verse device right now. So what this looks like is I have to restart this. Let me restart it. And this is kind of a takeoff on a video that I did earlier that I'll leave a link in the description to. You see in the left-hand corner how I have 5 subscriptions now. And then if I go over the triggers, every trigger is programmed to print out hello. That's the function it's calling. So every trigger prints out hello when I go over it. Okay, now if I come over to this button and I press it, it's going to cancel the subscription. There's an array of subscriptions, and it's going to cancel the subscription to whatever value in it, which was number 3, which is that far in trigger over there. So what I do is nothing prints out when I press this button, but I've just canceled that 4th trigger function. So if I come over here, hello, hello, hello. Now here the trigger is going to go off. There's no hello because I canceled the subscription. So let's take a look at this in the code. This actually took a little while to sort through. So let's walk through this. I have an array of triggers, and I create an array of cancelables, and then I create an array of triggers that are editable, and then I create an index value here, and then I create another value where I can set index array that I want to cancel, and then I have a button device here. So we create this function here called cancel trigger, and you'll see here that I can access that array of subscriptions, this one up here, the very top one. Once we create the array of cancelables, then we can access any index value that we want. Here I have the trigger to cancel, and that's whatever value that we put in. And of course there's a lot of other things you could do with this. I use my button interacted with event, and I subscribe to this cancel trigger. I do a bunch of print strings just so I know where I'm at with everything. So with this array of trigger devices, I print out the length of the triggers to verify that. And then here's where things get a little bit more involved, but I create a for loop here, and then we have a range going from this index of 0 through the length of my triggers. And then this is the tricky part, was this kind of increments through 0 to 4, and then what we do is we subscribe. Every time this goes through the loop, we do a subscription to whichever is the current trigger index value. And if that's successful, we'll see this string print out here. And then if that's successful, we have to do this conditionally because we're calling an array. Then we put our current trigger here, and we have to do it this way to create the array. We have to do subscription dot insert, and then the counter value, and then array to the current trigger here. And we have to set it to a new array. Then once we set it to a new array, we have to go back, and this is really important, we have to update our pre-existing subscription with the new array. So that's how we have to do it every time. We can't just use new array, we have to reset our old subscription. And then here this verifies that it was successful. You have to build in a lot of print strings so you know where the point of failure is. And essentially that's all there was to it. In the beginning, I was getting nothing until I did this here, until I reset the new array to the existing array of cancelable subscriptions up there. Anyway, that's all I had for today. I hope you find it helpful. Take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.